Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on last year's national champion, the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Trying to put something up before halftime. They'll throw it from the red zone. Touchdown, Ohio State! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep
playing. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. The 20. Inside. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they turn it into a defensive score. Just one moment and all of a sudden the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. Now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it from one of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see, one of the top teams in this conference, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Looking for a man, it's Simpson. He got it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Bama!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break.
Zone now with a new set of downs. Snap in the shotgun. Trying to barrel in. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown.
Advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
To the air, it's Simpson. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown tie! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Game has been simply outstanding the entire game. They put it in the end zone, and they will get your attention with the numbers they put up. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately
The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Ole Miss Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to 2. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
These close games, the momentum.
The Tigers started this drive, backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
2nd and goal for this offense. Fires to the tight end. And he will score! Touchdown, Rebels! They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on 3rd down. A strike downfield. Bring out the chains to measure this one. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Grab near the marker. It's Brown. It's out of bounds. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Power football with the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. With the catch, it's Brown.
It's
on 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Sharp. That'll be enough. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Touchdown, Tigers! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Well, it's a great job executing by the offense to get that touchdown. I think you kick the extra point right now, make it a 7-point game with only seconds to go.
He's taking a deep shot. And he's got it inside the 35. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Magnolia Bowl goes to LSU as the Tigers take care of Ole Miss. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road, and this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Oklahoma Sooners, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up.
Trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance, so I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit.
There he goes! Turning it on! Attack! Touchdown, Tennessee! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good. You can run the football like this. Man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his 3rd receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative.
The go-ahead score, they can smell it here in the 4th quarter. He'll keep it himself. Touchdown, Sooners! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Long. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Slings it downfield. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. They'll stop him. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at, and I expect this team to stay in contention for the...
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And long. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. Touchdown, Notre Dame! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. A methodical drive, soul-crushing, spirit-breaking, and it ends in a touchdown.
And listen, I know everybody wants the big plays, the big, long touchdowns and all that stuff, but putting a drive together like that.
First down for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. He's got the tight end. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points, now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Down to the 4. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our...
What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to the home of the Baylor Bears, McLean Stadium on the banks of the Brazos in Waco, Texas. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Texas Tech Red Raiders, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, down. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. He's loose. The 20. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Bears come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. Looking to throw on 1st down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Now, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going.
That catch, that looked to me like it was just going to be a long incompletion, but how about stretching out, corralling the foot?
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raiders!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half.
He'll go to work in the air on second down. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bears! Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? You can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back and keep that momentum going.
He's got it onto the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with the big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
And how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should...
It's a running room. Quick first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. And this field goal attempt might be their chance to save themselves. This almost certainly to win the game. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. They're celebrating on the sideline after taking the lead, but still time on the clock.
You can't say enough about this.
Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. They'll try to get the first through the air. Ball is incomplete, falls to the turf, and that's going to do it, and it went right down to the final play. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That will put the wrap on things from here. The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The last one is 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown pass.
Down. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. He'll keep it himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, SMU!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself.
And they've got it at the 30. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey,
pulls it in.
because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was...
Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. Touchdown, SMU. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Your way as they'll go down swinging. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a...
We'd better buckle up for this one. One team already ranked in the top 25, the other sitting just on the cusp and trying to prove a point in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Paul. Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And it's right down the boulevard. Whole team back out for the 2nd time tonight. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And with that, they've taken. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. And here in the 4th quarter, face all the pressure in the world. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. There's a lot of celebrating going on over there, and they stop him at the 21. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Wants to throw on 1st down. The sure hands. It's Moulton. At the 35, he's loose. He's finally stopped. Timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Nestled just inside that right upright. And in the waning seconds of the game, they tie it up.
And the late game execution worked to perfection.
Return at the 22. Guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense
short of the 1st down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Absolutely perfect. A penalty marker is down. If this is on the defense, the offense is going to have a choice to make. Do you dare take the points off the board and go for the touchdown? Release the pass, it's incomplete. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. It's between the uprights and good, and this coach does realize that he's still just 22. And the ball is free on the pitch. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance to backwards and make a potential game-winning kick tougher. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And that is such a big play by the defense here. Early in overtime, you come up with a massive negative play, getting the sack on third down, and this is no gimme kick. If they miss this field goal, your offense is back on the field, and all you've got to do is kick a field goal to win this thing.
And they'll try to win it with a long field goal right here. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. And the field goal is good. Ball game. The winner coming in double overtime.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
That's going to do it from here for David. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the USC Trojans, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. 4. And the Cougars are at the line, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And he's loose and in.
But they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU!
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Now, use the play fake, now to throw. Looking left. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense.
Rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Cougars. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game.
It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, L&N Stadium, home of the Cardinals. As we'll see a team from the American, the Pittsburgh Panthers, taking on the 11th-ranked team in the land, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College, remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively. How well they're running it right now. Why wouldn't you just hand it off to this guy right here again?
On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinals!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Pick up at all on that play. Now the play fake. Touchdown, Louisville! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do you do?
Stop and gets the football back. Back to throw, it's Moss. Touchdown Cardinals. Fit it in the window for the score. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis.
Welcome to a conference matchup that would be compelling even if both sides were struggling. But today they come in ranked in the top 25. This is going to be fun. Welcome to Memorial Stadium in Champaign, Illinois, the home of the Fighting Illini. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on one of the top 5 teams in this conference, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Goal now. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Touchdown, Fighting Illini to put them on top now.
Well, after not seeing any scores in that...
All alone in the backfield. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. Deep shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Michigan.
Great job here by the play caller, going to that 5 wide receiver set. You put all these guys out in space and create one-on-one matchups. It's very tough on this defense to try to win all the matchups and give the quarterback credit for being able to find where he wanted to go to be able to come up with that touchdown.
Play important down here in the red zone. Big throw caught on the left side. Touchdown, Illinois. And jump on top now here in the 4th.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback. Late to take the lead.
The first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking for a gap. It's Marshall. Picks up the first, looking for more. Explosive plays right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Running out of time in the pocket. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Down by a touchdown late. This is a crucial 4th down play. They need to convert. He'll drop back. Taking a deep shot here late in the game. And the fourth down pass is incomplete, but there is a flag. This is a big call. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. And he'll drop back here on third down. Going to try to use his legs here. Quarterback gets down. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Get out in the bright lights in the big stage, and some teams are wired for it and some teams are not. This has been a rough game for this offense. The quarterback has not really felt any...
Based on the rankings, this technically is an upset. We just watched two really good teams slug it out, and the team that came in lower ranked picks up the W.
Well, I can't believe you said slug it out. That's a first from you, but I agree. Two ranked teams going head-to-head. Really a fun game to watch, and now let's see how they respond after the results of this game. That can be very interesting to their season.
And that is going to do it. We enjoyed being here. For Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.